Hi guys, how y'all doing? I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I wanted to come here and make a video response to Taren, guys. She made a video. Her latest video is called Natural Hair Boxes something. And I wanted to make a video response. I agreed mostly with everything that she was saying in the video. The gist of the video was saying that when she made a video about loving yourself or loving yourself the way you are or something of this sort, and a person wrote in the comment section that it's easier for her to do that, or because I think she was saying love your hair in its natural form without, you know, manipulation basically. And the person was like, it's easier for you to do that because you have curlier hair, you're lighter skinned, and you don't have to worry about the issues that a kinky girl has. And that kind of made her upset. But I agree with most of the things that she said on the video. But I also want to say that I understand where the young lady was coming from when she said, well, it's easier for you. And I wouldn't necessarily say it's just in our society, the way our society perceives people, perceives women, perceives people of lighter skin, perceive women with curlier hair. Yes, okay, it would be easier for her to be accepted into society, but for her to accept herself, I wouldn't necessarily say that would be easier, because self-acceptance is just that, like she said, it's self-acceptance. What she sees in the mirror is what she sees in the mirror. She's not, well, I would hope that she wasn't basing that off of what society would think. So yes, I do agree that it's easier for her to be accepted by the large, by society at large, but for her to accept herself the way she is, that's a whole nother thing. And that's what she was trying to put out. And then she was trying to just, at the videos, I love Taren, guys. I always find so much inspiration in everything that she does. Every video that she makes, I always do. And I never disconnected from her because she's lighter skinned. I never was disconnected from her because she had really curly hair and I have kinky hair. Because her message was always one of positivity and love. And you can see that shine through. At least I could. But like I said, I do understand where the girl was coming from, because sometimes people make the issue of light skin, dark skin seem like so cut and dry. It's not that cut and dry. It's something that's so deeply embedded in us, so deeply entrenched in us, that sometimes we don't even know when we're perpetuating it. We don't even, because it's so deeply embedded in us. We say little things that we don't even really think about because it's just like something that we say, like the whole good hair thing. We say that. A lot of people still say that. A lot of people still say that without second thought to this day to their children. They embed those messages in their children young, and those children grow with those messages in their head, and they grow up to feel like their hair is something less than. People say things about people's skin being dark. Mothers say things to their children, not to be nasty, but it's just something that they just say, and those things are just embedded in those children. I heard growing up that I wouldn't say I heard it from my mom, but I heard it from people around me all the time, that I should not like dark-skinned men, that I should not be with a dark-skinned man because I was going to have a blue-black baby. I used to say that in high school all the time and joke around and think it was funny, but I was telling the honest-to-God truth. I was terrified of having a blue-black baby. A baby so black that it looked blue. Those messages are embedded deeply into us, and so it's not so cut and dry. It's not so easy to just stop. So I agree with what Taren was saying. I agree that yes, you should not let other people dictate how you feel about yourself, but at the same token, even though you should not let that happen, it does happen. And it's easy for that to happen because we live in a visual world. We live in a very, very, very superficial world. We live in a world where what other people say and what other people feel about us matters to us. Now, we make it matter but it still matters. So I understand for a lot of people it's just not that easy, because I've been there before. And it was, you know, where my self-esteem was based off of other people's perceptions, and at that time my self-esteem was so low. So I understand, but I'm at a point where I don't really care. I'm at a point, and I've gotten to a point where I don't really care, but it took me some time to get there. So like I said, I understand both sides. And a young lady was saying like there's not images of glorious kinky haired ladies, and there are images, but they are not predominant. We know that the predominant image, it is of the lighter skinned woman with the curlier hair. Yeah, it is that. But we also have to take into consideration, like Taren said, that we praise that image. Not to say that we should hate that image and spit on it, but we praise that image more than we praise the image of the other, you know, the image of the darker, kinkier girl. We praise that other image more. And then, but then to also address this, just because a person is dark skinned doesn't mean they have kinky hair, because they can have curly hair. And just because the person is light skinned doesn't mean they have curly hair, because they can have kinky hair too. So that whole issue needs to be dealt with, because we have a beautiful example of that on YouTube. She's a huge YouTuber. Her name is Jouelzy. She's very beautiful. She's very kinky, and she's very, very, very real, okay? Check her out. She's an image that you might want to look at if you are looking for a kinky girl. There's Jemmy one, I don't forget the numbers, I'll put it here. She's very kinky and glorious. There's Urban Bush Babe. She's very kinky and glorious. There's this one lovely girl, Will's Girl 2005, I think her name is. She's very kinky and glorious. There's a lot of kinky hair girls. They don't get a lot of play, or they don't get as much play as the other girls, but they're here. They're here. But I just want to talk to you ladies, because you know, light skin dark skin dilemma is very much alive and real in our society, and people like to say that we should have been moved past this. But what I don't understand is slavery existed for a long time in our society, and not to mention that, you know, desegregation and this whole the whole civil rights movement happened in the 60s. That was like 50 years ago. Like 50 years ago. That was not very far, you know, that wasn't a very long time ago. So this healing process that we have been undergoing is still very much a new process. It is very much a process that needs a whole lot of work. So I don't ever underestimate somebody's trauma, because people are still very much traumatized by these issues. I have been traumatized by these issues, you know. But you gotta love yourself. You really do have to love yourself. And Taren was saying you have to love yourself without caring what other people think, and I really do believe that you should, but I understand that it's hard. So if it's hard for you to get there, then just work on it. Start slow. Start looking in the mirror and start embracing yourself, even if you can't embrace yourself in totality how you are when you're out in public at first. Do it at home in the mirror. When you're at home, take off, if it's makeup, and if it's your hair that is a problem, your skin complexion, whatever. Go look in the mirror and just look down at your skin and rub on it, and just start to appreciate what you have. Start to just look in the mirror and then play with your hair and look at the texture of it and start to enjoy it. Every night, just do that for a little while. Start wearing it around your family members. Even if they may say comments that you don't like, start to build your strength off of wearing it just around your family members, and build the courage to walk through those insults, to through that negativity and still feel positive about yourself. And then slowly but surely you'll build that confidence. You'll build that esteem that you need to feel good about yourself and to block out the negativity coming from the outside. But I do want to recommend a book to you guys. I read this book a while ago and I'm rereading it again. It's for, you know, light-skinned women, dark-skinned women, whoever wants to read it. And this is a struggle of a dark-skinned woman, but this is during a time where it was more out in your face. Discrimination happening against darker skinned women. But these are the type of things that are still deeply embedded in us, but it's just still not, but it's not so in your face anymore. But these kind of ideas are deeply embedded in us. I've experienced some of this stuff to a lesser degree, but I've experienced some of this stuff nonetheless. But the book is called The Black of the Berry, and it's by Wallace Truman. You know, you guys, it's a really good read. It's a really good book. It's really interesting, and it can shed some light to what somebody may have gone through to a lesser extent, probably in our day and time. But you never know. Maybe somebody is experiencing or has experienced something as deep as this. So it'll shed some light to what people are experiencing and shed us, or allow us to be more sensitive and empathize more with others and their plight, and then to just love on one another. I just want to encourage us to love on one another, to respect one another, to respect each other's struggle, but to also uplift and pull each other up as much as possible, because, you know, at the end of the day, we're all one. Do your thing, love on yourself. If you ain't doing it now, start to do it. You know, take baby steps and eventually you will get to the point where how you feel about yourself, it's just that how you feel about yourself. How others feel about you won't change how you feel about yourself. It takes time to get there, but I hope that you do, and hope that you start working on it, and I hope that you guys start to love on yourselves a little bit more. So love on yourself. Be the change that you want to see in this world. Go out and represent your 4C hair girl or your 4 hair girl. Go out and represent that dark skin girl. Go out and do it, girl. And love yourself. So I'm gonna get up off this camera. You guys, I got an update coming on my hair soon. Yes, you know it's cut. I know you saw my last 2 videos. Yes, it's cut. I have an update coming up on it soon. I really enjoy my hair, just so that you guys know I am really enjoying it. But I'm gonna get up off this camera. Hope this video made some sense. Hope it reached somebody. Hope you guys got something out of it. But at the end of the day, we're all one. I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. If nobody told you today, like I said, I love you. If nobody else has told you today, stay beautiful, stay positive, and stay blessed.